Hey, you've probably heard the advice, stop working in your business and start working on your business. Many people think that this is like flipping a switch. You're either in or you're on or off, right? Unfortunately, that's not the case. The transition from working in the business to on the business is much more like shifting gears and getting started and driving an old truck. Today, we're talking about how you can make that transition happen the right way without burning yourself out or redlining your business.
Welcome to Small Business Big Visibility, the podcast empowering you, adventurous small business owners, to attract your ideal customers and boost your revenue. I'm your host, Jason McKenzie. Each week, we'll explore easy to implement tools and strategies to take your business to new heights and build the lifestyle you want. If you're ready for more profits and less stress, let's get started.
Yesterday, we talked about a big problem, having a vision, but not actually knowing how to execute it. We talked about turning your vision into an actionable plan, setting meaningful goals, and making some adjustments that bring you closer to success instead of just spinning your wheels. Now that you've got that vision and the roadmap to get there, you might be wondering, all right, how do I do this? How do I transition from where I am working in the business, stuck doing this every day, to having a business that's going to give you more of that freedom that you were looking for and the goals that you were looking for? That's what today's episode's all about. We're going to walk through how that shift takes time, why comparing your progress to others is a big mistake, and how to avoid redlining both yourself and your business in the process. Some people are going to tell you, if you want to scale your business, you cannot work in the business anymore. You only can work on your business. While I love that concept, what they don't tell you is that transition's not instant. It's not a simple on-off switch. Instead, shifting from working in to working on is a process. Sometimes it's slow, sometimes it's really frustrating. You're changing how you operate, how you think, even how you define your role in the company. Doing this takes time. And if you expect to go from doing everything yourself to having a scalable business overnight, you're really just setting yourself up for disappointment. So let me illustrate this with a story from my teenage years. When I first got my driver's license, I was driving an old 1980s Chevy Blazer, except this SUV had been in a wreck long before I got my license. Someone had taken the front end off and replaced it with a GMC Jimmy. So the front end's a Jimmy, back end's a Blazer, so I'm probably about the only person in the world that ever drove a Jimmy Blazer. Now, driving that thing was a bit of a lesson in patience. Sitting at a red light, I'd be ready to go, waiting for it to turn green. As soon as it did, throw that puppy in first gear, pop the clutch, mash that gas down, and take off, right? As fast as I could go. Even with the engine revved, it wasn't a quick process to get up to speed. There were other cars on the road, and they would just leave me in the dust. But my goal wasn't just to be the fastest. It was to be the fastest my vehicle could go. And that's exactly how shifting from working in your business to on your business is going to work for you. Right now, you might feel stuck at the red light. You know where you want to get, you know where you are, you can see the road, and you want to be there instantly. But it's going to take some time. You got to wait for that light to turn green. Once the light turns green, that old vehicle, it takes some time getting up to speed and even more time to get where you're going. You do have that vision, you do have the roadmap, now you got to have a little patience. Because even at full throttle, your business won't instantly transform. Just like the old Jimmy Blazer, it takes time to get that new momentum. You might look around and you're going to see others that are seemingly accelerating way faster than you on their goal to success. Sometimes it feels like your business isn't making progress at all, and their businesses scale up just effortlessly. So while you feel like you're barely making progress, it's important to realize that's not the point. The goal isn't to keep up with everyone else. It's to move your business forward at a pace that you can keep up with. Remember, speed is tempting, but the critical lesson I learned is if you redline, you can blow things up. Now when you're revving your engine, There's a limit to how hard you can push before you risk destroying the vehicle. Redlining means running at maximum RPMs for too long. And if you push past that limit, the engine blows. The same thing can happen in business. It's really easy to get caught up in that hustle. You're working long hours, sacrificing your health, pushing yourself beyond exhaustion, all in the name of making progress towards your goals. But if you push too hard for too long, you can destroy everything you've worked for. So what does redlining your business look like? It can take many forms. Ignoring your health, maybe you're running on caffeine and stress instead of sleep and nutrition. Neglecting your family, working so much that your relationships start to break down. Or maybe you're even losing focus. You're so buried trying to work and make progress that you're moving too fast, doing too much, and things just start to crumble under all the pressure. Trying to overhaul your business overnight, it's kind of like pushing your engine past that red line. The smarter move is a controlled acceleration. It's so much better to arrive a little bit later at your destination than to not arrive at all because you blew everything to pieces on the journey. Instead of obsessing over how quickly others have made that transition, focus on the progress you are making. The key is steady, sustainable movement forward, and that means knowing when to shift gears. There are moments in your business when you do need to push hard. Just like getting up to speed in the old Jimmy Blazer, sometimes you have to put in some serious efforts. You got to mash that gas pedal down and you got to get going. But it's also important to recognize when it's time to ease off the gas, maintain your speed, and avoid burnout. Now you might be thinking, hey Jason, I don't really have time for this whole take it easy thing. I need results like yesterday. I get you. I've been there too. There's always pressure to move fast. But think about this. Pushing so hard that you burn out or scaling too quickly without the right systems in place can cause your business to fall apart. So if you do that, you're actually further behind than if you'd taken a consistent, steady pace forward. The reality is, in the long haul, you're going to be better off with a consistent effort than you are spurts of effort that are as explosive and then retracting because you overdid it. So make sure you take a controlled, strategic approach. Focus on making steady progress every day. And over time, those small, consistent actions, they're going to lead to huge, massive changes in results. Remember, building a business that gives you freedom isn't about working harder. It's about working smarter. The goal isn't to go the fastest. It's to keep moving forward without burning out. Hey, if this episode resonated with you, I invite you to just take a few moments and check on your pace. Are you making progress at a sustainable speed? Or are you redlining both yourself and your business? Write down one thing you can do to move forward today, just one step. And if you haven't yet, I'd encourage you to subscribe to the podcast and also share this episode with another entrepreneur. Until next time, keep pushing forward, avoid the red line, and watch your business thrive.